Find your way onto your back, preparing your body for its Shavasana. Lowering yourself onto your mat and spreading the arms and legs wide away from your body. Allow the limbs to grow heavy, sinking into the earth beneath you. As you find softness through the front body, feel the support on the back body. Settle into stillness here on your mat. Invite yourself to let go of any distractions happening off of your mat. Instead, turning your awareness to your breath. Taking a long breath in through the nose, let the belly rise up towards the ceiling. And a soft exhale as the belly falls. Big breath in, belly rise. And a slow breath out as the belly falls. Filling your belly with every breath as it moves through your body. And on the out breath, softening, letting the belly melt down to the earth and emptying the lungs completely. Start to slowly awaken the body by wiggling fingers and toes. Find some gentle rotations through the wrists and the ankles. In both directions. Slide your feet together at the bottom of the mat. Reach the arms up overhead, resting on the floor. Take a full body stretch. Exhale, let it go. Big breath in, full body stretch. And exhale to soften. One more time, biggest stretch yet. As you exhale, let it go. Slide the arms back at your sides. Bend through the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot onto the mat. Then tip the right knee open to the right side of the room, opening the inseam of the right pant leg to the sky. Bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of the left leg somewhere, creating a figure 4 shape with the legs for reclined tree pose. Stay active through the left leg. Draw the toes of the left foot up towards your face. The left heel supported by the mat. Root down through the outer left hip as you press down equally through the outside of the right knee. Square up your hips here, making sure they're both equal distance from the bottom of your mat. Find a long spine, a gentle tuck in the chin. Just let the arms be soft at your sides. As you hold this pose, you may notice that the left toes start to tip over to one side. See if you can keep them pointing up towards the sky. With or without the help of your hand, draw the right knee up through center. Hug it in towards your body and then guide it over towards the left side of the room, coming into a twist. The right hip will lift up off of the mat. Let's see if you can keep the right shoulder rooted. You can place the left hand on top of the right knee for some added weight, or you can spread the arms wide at your sides or take cactus formation. Whichever feels best in your body today. Just being mindful that if the left hand is on the right knee, you're not being forceful. It's just simply there for a little bit of added weight. The gaze can stay up to the ceiling or over to the right. Draw the gaze back through center. The right knee finds center as well. Hug the right knee in towards your chest. Stay extended long through the left leg. Reaching the left heel away from the top of your head. Letting your back body be supported by your mat. While the left leg remains active, the right leg can be soft and passive, releasing through the right ankle, letting the toes fall heavy. Every breath in, lengthening from the left heel to the top of the head. Every breath out, gently compressing the right knee in towards your body. Take the grip onto the back of the right thigh. Interlace the fingers and start to send the right foot up towards the ceiling. Press down firm through the outer right hip and reach the right heel high. Creating as much length as you can up the back of the right leg. Pressing the right thigh into the fingers into the thigh. Find a little bit of resistance. Drawing the right hip crease away from the shoulders and down into the mat. This is a little too much. You can always bend through the left knee, bringing the sole of the left foot onto the mat. Stay here in stillness or start to draw circles with the right ankle, pointing and flexing the toes. In both directions, getting out any creaks or cracks that may have developed through the ankle. Pause with a flexed ankle, take just a few more breaths here. Maybe you're able to get a little more depth into the leg. Drawing the heel closer towards the ceiling, maybe the toes a little bit closer towards the floor behind you. From here, we're going to bend through the left knee if it's not already there. Turn the toes of the right foot to face the right side room. Bend at the right knee, let the pinky toe edge land on the left thigh. Deep flex in the right ankle, the toes are drawn towards the right shin. You're setting the right knee away from your shoulder without shifting the left hip. Square up the hips with your shoulders, pressing both equally into the mat. If you're not quite feeling a stretch here, you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you could start to draw the left knee in towards you. Take hold of the back of the left thigh. Draw the left knee in and then over towards the left side a little bit, so it's as if the left knee is coming to the outside of the left ribs. Press down firm through the pelvis and tailbone. Keep reaching the right knee away from your shoulder. Just a few more breaths here on this side. And slowly lower the left foot onto the mat. The right foot join it. Take a gentle sway of the knees from side to side. Find stillness in the center, extend the legs long, the bottom of your mat, releasing the toes. Let your arms find the sides as well. Settle into a mini shavasana. Feel the weight of your limbs surrender to the mat. Find some softness in the face, the jaw. And slide your feet together at the bottom of your mat. Bend your left knee. Let the sole of the left foot this time find the floor. And open the left knee up towards the left side of the room. Bring the inner arch of the left foot to the inside of the right leg. So maybe that's up at your thigh, maybe it's down by your ankle. It doesn't matter. You just want to find a sense of openness to the front of your pelvis, the inner left thigh. Arms stay resting softly at your sides. Shoulders away from your ears. Reconnect with your breath. Remain active here through the right leg as if you're standing on an imaginary floor. Toes of the right foot point up towards the ceiling and drawn towards your face with a deep flex in the ankle and an active right leg. With or without the help of your hand, left knee comes through center, hugs in close towards your body, and then find your twist. Guide your left knee over to the right. Left shoulder's reaching for the mat. Maybe you place the right hand onto the left knees for some weight. Choose what gaze feels best in your neck. And whatever arm variation that space allows. Sending your breath into the lower left belly. Gaze comes back through center. Left knee will follow. Interlace the fingers around the left knee and hug it in towards your body. Draw the right heel away from the top of your head and press it down into the mat. Square up your hips, so that might mean to send the left hip away from the shoulders, the right hip slightly towards them, and find equal weight from both left and right. Take your grip to the back of your left thigh, interlace the fingers, and start to send the left foot up towards the ceiling. Work towards a straight leg, but it's okay to have a bend in the knee as long as you're feeling a stretch into the back of the left thigh. Draw the left toes towards your face, bringing a deep flex into the ankle. And as much as the left heel is reaching up towards the sky, the left hip is pressing down into the mat, resisting that pull. Stay long through the left side body, the left waist, drawing the left hip away from the ribs. Keep your belly drawn in to support your core. Stay here in stillness, maintaining the same activation, or you can start to draw these little circles with the left toes. In both directions. Find stillness with a flexed ankle and sink into your depth. Just pausing at that point of sensation where you begin to feel the stretch, never beyond, never pinching or pain, especially in the joints. Bring the sole of the right foot onto the mat, turn the left toes to face the left side room. Bend at the left knee and bring the pinky toe edge onto the right thigh, creating a figure 4 shape with the legs. Send the left knee away from the shoulders, square up your hips. Decide if you'd like to draw the right knee in towards the right shoulder or keep the right foot on the floor. As the right knee draws in, the left knee continues to reach away from the shoulders. If you notice the shoulders or the head lifting up off the mat, it could be a sign you're going a little too far. It's always helpful to use a towel or a strap to add length to your arms. Take hold of the back of the thigh using that. Or you can step the right foot up onto a block or a stack of books, maybe up against a wall, depending on the space you've chosen for your practice. Slowly lower the right foot onto the mat. Let the left foot join it. Take a gentle sway from side to side with the knees. Find stillness in the center. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall open. Creating a diamond shape with the legs. The soles of the feet support one another as the knees grow heavy. You can place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Just feel the natural rise and fall of belly and chest as you breathe. Every breath in is your body's invitation to take up space. Every breath out, melt into your mat, surrender to gravity's pull. Draw the left knee up through center. Bring the right arm overhead, roll over onto the right side body, letting the left knee stack on top of the right. From here, draw your knees in towards your chest, round through the back body. Breathe space into the spine, the ribs, the entire back of your torso, expanding in all directions. When you feel ready in your own time, find your way up to a tabletop position. Shoulders over the wrist, hips over your knees. Find a neutral spine. Take a gentle sway from side to side, bringing one shoulder to the hip, then the other. Just inviting some fluid movement into the body. Find your center. We'll move through a few cat and cows. Big breath in, lifted, tailbone, belly drops, heart comes forward, gaze comes up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone round through your spine, press down firm through your hands as you gaze to your belly button. Big breath in, lifted, tailbone, belly drops, heart comes forward and up. Exhale, cat-like back, rounding the spine, scoop the tailbone beneath you, hollow your chest and gaze to the belly. Big breath in for cow. Soft breath out for cat. Inhale. Exhale. Taking 3 more. Following your own rhythm of breath. Letting each cycle be a little bit slower than the one before it. And linking each movement to a breath. No rush at all, but when you get there, just landing in a neutral spine. Big toes come to touch, knees go wide apart. Send your hips back towards the heels for a child's pose. Let your forehead rest onto the mat or onto a pillow or block. Slide the fingertips away from you, lengthening up the back body. Press down firm through the 4 corners of your hands, all 10 fingertips. Become active through the arms. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Breathe space into your entire back body here. Begin to walk the fingertips over to the top right corner of the mat. Sink the left hip down towards the left heel. Option to keep the hands side by side or place the left hand on top of the right for a little added length. Walk the hands back through center. Take a big breath here in your neutral position. And then walk the hands over to the left. Again, choosing to keep the hands side by side or placing the right on top of left. You want both armpits equal distance from the mat, so just notice if one's tipping down lower than the other. Row heavy through the right hip, reaching in for the left heel, or right heel rather. Come back through center. One more big breath here. Let it go. And find your way up to tabletop position. Take a few sways from side to side. Find your neutral. Bring the left hand a little bit closer to the center beneath your face, just to bring the weight into it a little bit more. Become light on the right arm. Reach it forward. Reach it up towards the sky. Back behind you, towards the floor. Continuing with that circular motion, opening the heart up to the right as you reach back. Lower the right hand towards the mat, chest faces the floor, and circle again. See if you can link the movement to the breath, so inhale as you reach forward and up. Exhale as you reach back and down. Next time your hand comes through center, reverse and do the opposite directions. Still linking that movement to a breath. Next time your hand comes through center, pause there. We're going to open the right hand up towards the sky, reach up high. As you exhale, thread the right arm through the space between your left arm and your body. Keep sliding it over to the left side of the room as you lower the right shoulder onto the mat. The top right corner of your head finds the mat as well. Press down firm through the entire length of your right arm. Left hand, left palm can stay resting on the floor, or you can start to slide the left hand away from you towards the front of the room, the end of your mat. Another option here is to reach the left hand towards the low back, coming into a little bit of a bind as you reach for the right waist with the back of your hand. Lots of variation, lots of options, no one of them is correct. It's just whatever feels best in your body. The right fingertips are reaching over to the left side of the room, but the right shoulder is pressing down firm and drawing itself back into the joint. Reaching for the room behind you. See if you can keep your hips lifted here rather than sinking down into a child's pose. Bring the left palm back onto the mat, beneath the shoulder. Press down firm as you inhale, reach up. Open the heart to the right. Exhale, lower the right hand, let it take the place of the left. Stay strong through the right shoulder. Reach the left fingertips forward. And start to draw those big circles with your left arm, reaching up and back behind you. Connecting the movement to breath. Change direction of the circles. Lower the left hand towards the mat. This time we're going to take a big breath in, open the left hand up towards the left side, up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, thread the left arm through that space you've created between your body and right arm. Continue to slide it over to the left side, or rather to the right side, And we're making sure to reach straight across, not back towards the right knee and not forward. You're reaching directly over to the right, lowering the left shoulder down to the mat, the top left corner of your head. You can stay onto the palm of the hand with the right elbow reaching for the sky, or you can slide the right arm towards the end of the mat, maybe coming up onto fingertips, creating length of the right side body as you twist into this pose. Pressing down firm through the entire length of your left arm. The left fingertips are reaching over to the right at the same time the left shoulder is drawn back towards the joint, without actually moving the arm. Bring the right hand back onto the mat, elbow bent. Press down firm through the right hand, big breath in, lengthen, and lift those left fingertips high. Exhale, left hand finds the mat. Land in your tabletop, a gentle sway from side to side. Take your neutral tabletop. Keep the hips stacked above the knees. So we're not sitting back into a child's pose here. The hips are staying lifted. Start to walk the hands towards the front of the mat. It's okay if they slide beyond the edge. Once you found that length, hips still over top of the knees, start to lower the heart down towards the mat. It's okay if it does not touch, just pause at the depth you find. Hips stay lifted, heart is lower, gaze is down. If you are able to get the heart all the way down towards the mat, then you can start to bring the gaze forward, bring the chin to the mat as well. Puppy pose. Keep breathing in this pose. It can be challenging in the compressed position. Focus on the length of the inhale and the softness of the exhale. Slowly rise back up. Find your tabletop. Big toes come to touch, knees go wide. Now we're going to shift back into child's pose. Let that go. Be passive in this child's pose. Release the arms into the mat. Find some softness to the upper body. Breathe space into the back body, just reversing that back bend. Find your way up to tabletop. From your tabletop, the right leg is going to extend long behind you. Tuck the toes and let the right foot land on the mat. Hips are even. We're not dipping down to one side or the other. And then start to press down through the right heel as if you're trying to step the right foot onto the mat. Bring some weight into the big toe mound of the right foot. Looking for a stretch at the back of the right calf, the right leg. When we think about driving the inner arch of the right foot down towards the floor. Shift a little bit of weight forward till the left hip is over the knee. Turn the right toes to face the right side of the room and slide the right foot over to the right side so that the inner arch of the right foot is now in line with the left knee. Keep the left hip stacked over top of the left knee. Walk the hands in towards you, maybe rising up with the hands on your hips. Press down firm through the pinky toe edge of the right foot. And stand up tall onto the left knee. Inhale, take a big breath, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, big breath in. This time as you exhale, bring the right hand onto the right leg. Slide the right hand down the right leg as you find a side bend over to the right. See if you can keep that right hip stacked over the left knee. Find length up the left side body. Rise up on the inhale, reach up high. Exhale, opposite side. Left hand is going to come down onto the floor or onto a block or a chair. Press down firm through the pinky toe edge of the right foot. Extend through the right fingertips. I've reached a wall here. I'm going to shimmy. There we go. Find a long straight line with the right side of your body. Pinky toe edge of the right foot is pressing down firm. The right fingertips are reaching away from it. Stay strong through the left shoulder and open through the chest. You're facing the room in front of you, not the floor. Really reaching the right waist, the right hip up towards the sky. As you breathe in, we're going to come up, so activate your core, belly draws in. You can come up following your breath, or you can always walk the hands onto the hips and get up however you need to get up. And exhale, hands to heart. Big breath in. Slow breath out. You stay right where you are. I'm going to shimmy back over on my mat, just so you can see my feet. Start to pivot onto the right heel. Turn the sole of the right foot towards the right side. So the sole of the right foot is reaching away from the left knee. Bringing a bit of a stretch now into the underside of the right thigh. You can stay here lifted, or you can tuck the left toes. Start to sit down towards your heel, bringing fingertips onto the floor. Without actually moving the leg, think about drawing the right heel towards the left leg. Keep that deep flex in the right ankle. Slowly return the inner arch of the foot to the floor, the pinky toe edge to the floor. Walk your hands down onto the mat if they're not already there. We're going to heel toe that right foot in just a little bit. Start to bend through the right knee. I'm going to rise up so that you can see a little better where my legs are going. Left hip is still stacked over the left knee. Start to turn the right toes to point out towards the right side of the room. The right knee is stacked over the right ankle. We're opening up through the pelvis, drawing the right inner thigh back behind you. So you can do this with the hands on the floor, or you can rise up onto the hips like me. Keep the right knee pointing the same direction as the right toes. We're going to shift a little bit of weight over towards the right. Again, the right knee is going beyond the toes, but pointing the same direction. Come back through center, left hip stacks over the left knee, over to the right. Any discomfort in the knee joints, please stop. You can just hold stillness, or take a child's pose, simply fast forward. We're just looking for a little bit of range of motion through the hips, a little bit of opening. Maybe you connect it to your breath by exhaling as you lower down. Inhaling as you rise. One more time. Rise back up. Bring the right knee onto the mat. Find your tabletop. And an exaggerated dip of the hips from side to side. Sending the left hip to the left. and then the right. Find stillness in your tabletop. We're going to extend the left leg long this time. Square up your hips, tuck the toes, and lower the foot onto the mat. Press down firm through the left heel as though you're trying to step onto the mat. Creating length up the back of your left leg. Keep your belly drawn in, the low ribs as well. Protect your core and spine. Shift some weight forward. Turn the left toes to face the left side of the room and slide the left leg over to the left side. Just checking in, you want the inner arch of the left foot to line up with the front of the right knee. Stack the right knee beneath the right hip. Begin to walk the hands in towards you, up onto the hips, rise up. Having your shoulders, the right shoulder stacked over the right hip, over the right knee. Press down through the pinky toe edge of the left foot. Toes are pointing in front of you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Press your palms together, reach the elbows away from each other. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, lower the left hand onto the left thigh. Keep the right hip drawn to the right as you find your side bend to the left. Pressing firm through the right knee. Keeping your gaze and chest facing the room in front of you, not the floor. Rise up on the in-breath. As you exhale, right hand finds the mat. Left fingertips are reaching up and over to the right. Again, really pressing firm through the pinky toe edge of the left. Creating as much length from the middle finger of the left hand to the pinky toe edge of the left foot as you can. Preparing to rise up here, so maybe you come down first, maybe you draw in your core, and just rise up with your breath, hands on your hips, whatever works for you. And exhale as we meet with our hands at our heart. Full breath in here. Let it go. We're going to bring our hands onto the mat, or you can keep them on the hips if you prefer. Come up onto the heel of the left foot, turn the sole of the left foot to face the left side wall. So again, you can have the back toes tucked beneath you, sinking the hips down towards the right heel, or you can stay lifted. Just think about drawing the left heel towards the right hip without actually moving the foot, creating length up the back of your left thigh. Maybe you find little subtle movements with breath here by inhaling to lift the hip slightly, exhaling to sink the right hip towards the right heel without sliding that left foot. Lower the hands if they're not already lowered, bringing the inner arch of the left foot towards the floor, the pinky toe edge as well. Heel toe, the left foot in towards the center a little bit. Right hip is over the right knee. Left toes start to point away from the midline. So the left toes are pointing away from the right knee. Left knee's tracking in the same direction. The hands can stay on the floor for this motion, or they can come up onto your hips. You can have as much or as little distance between the left heel and the right leg as you like, as long as you're able to stack the left knee on top of the left ankle for your neutral. Keep the chest facing forward, not facing the left leg. Take a big breath in to start. As you exhale, start to send the left knee beyond the toes on the left. We're setting the inseam of the right pant leg down towards the floor. Rise back up. Sink down low. Be light on the toes on the right foot. We want to make sure that the right foot and right ankle are able to pivot if they need in order to protect the right knee joint. If we trap the right foot, grip it down into the mat, any tension is going to take the path of least resistance, and you may add some torque to your knee and cause damage to the ligaments. Taking one more here on this side. Come back through center. Let your hands find the mat. Left leg joins the right in your tabletop. Take those dramatic sways from side to side with your hips. Find stillness in the center. Big toes come to touch, knees go wide apart. Send the hips back towards the heels for a child's pose. Lowering your forehead onto the mat. You can let this child's pose be as active or as passive as you like, so maybe now you choose to wind down your practice in a passive child's pose. Bending at the elbows, let the forearms rest on the mat, releasing the hands. Let the forehead find stillness and support on the floor or on a pillow or a block. Begin to breathe space up your entire spine, the upper back, the shoulders, the ribs, the mid-back, the low back and pelvis, expanding in all directions with every breath. Finding some softness with every breath out. And stay connected to your breath and in this child's pose for as long as you choose to do so. When you do feel ready to get up and go, you're welcome to do so. Just offer yourself 1 or 2 more breaths of stillness before that happens. The body's going to have a natural desire to get up and go, to move, to go quickly. Ask it to slow down. Ask it to take just those 2 more breaths, 3 more breaths. And start to train yourself to move a little bit slower and to be okay with stillness. It's with such gratitude that I join you into practice today, as always. Until next time, namaste.